So friends, once again welcome back to this channel. This is part 2 and we were studying about URDPFI guidelines. In part 1, we have seen different type of settlements, studied about statutory town, understood what is a census town, then town classification based on population size, planning system framework. At last, we have seen the land use color codes. Link of part 1 is in video's description. So let's start this part 2. My name is Rahul and you're watching Architecture and Planning with Rahul. In the last video, we already talked about various plans in planning. Now let's see what should be the scale of these plans. One thing, just keep in mind that the higher the ratio of plan, the smaller the object will be. Now let's see the scale of each plans. So perspective plans that covers larger region should have a scale of 1:250,000 to 1:1 lakh. And perspective plan of small regions will be in scale of 1:1 lakh to 1:50,000. Now talking about regional plans, so if district development plan is prepared, then it should have a scale of 1:50,000 to 1:25,000. And if the region is metropolitan, then its scale should be 1:25,000 to 1:10,000. Scale of development plan or master plan should be 1:10,000 to 1:8,000 as per state's provision. Scale of local area plan or special purpose plan should be 1:5,000 to 1:1,000, and it depends on the requirement of the project. These scale related questions are generally asked in gate architecture or assistant town planning exams conducted by the state PSC. So just remember all these scales. Next is hierarchy of urban development. So smallest unit of planning is housing or neighborhood level, which start from at least 5,000 population and goes up to city level of population 50 lakh plus. And according to this hierarchy, an additional infrastructures are required based on the population. Let's move to the next topic, that is transportation planning. As per the standard of Ministry of Urban Development, urban roads are classified into 6 categories. Each type of roads have its own purpose, design speed and space requirement. Higher hierarchy of roads are wider, hence they required more space. They also designed for higher speeds. Higher the design speed means lesser the accessibility, which you can refer from this graph, where accessibility of road is inversely proportional to its speed. For example, local streets are highly accessible, but at the same time, expressway or freeways are designed for higher speed, but these are less accessible roads. Design speed and width of each road is given in this table, whereas characteristics of each road, its width of each car lane and width of each bus lane is given in the table below. Please once go through this. Now let's understand each roads, their purpose and characteristics. So highest hierarchy of urban road is expressway. These are highways with dividers with at least 6 lanes. It has width of 50 to 60 meter and such roads are designed for at least 80 km per hour of speed. Expressway work as regional roads that can connect more than one cities. In the image, you can see example of expressway. This is Mumbai-Pune Expressway built in 1999. Arterial roads come second in road hierarchy. These are the primary roads that carry the largest traffic volume within the city. Such roads also have 6 lanes with a median and are usually 50 to 60 meter wide, very similar to expressway but are designed for 50 km per hour of speed. Third is sub-arterial roads. These roads follows all the functions of arterial roads but generally carries lesser traffic volume. Such roads allow local or collector roads traffic to access arterial road. Unlike arterial roads, their design speed is 50 km per hour, but road width is limited to 30 to 50 meter. Also, they generally have 4 lanes with a median. Next is distributor or collector roads. These roads are generally 12 to 30 meter wide with design speed of 30 km per hour. That means they have equal axis and equal speed of the road. Distributor and collector can have maximum of 4 lanes with at least 3 meter wide each. Fifth is local streets. As these roads are in lower hierarchy, they are more accessible, hence should be made pedestrian and bicycle friendly. They have design speed of 10 to 20 km with road width varies from 12 to 20 meter. Such roads generally have 1 to 2 lanes with no medians, but their design should include proper traffic calming measure. Access street comes very last in the road hierarchy. These roads should be made pedestrian and bicycle friendly and usually connects individual building with local streets. Width of such road varies from 6 to 15 meter with 1 to 2 lanes with no median, and design speed is only 15 km per hour, hence they are more accessible. So this was the urban road hierarchy as mentioned in URDPFI guidelines. In this document, there are guidelines related to footpath. The width of footpath varies on the basis of its adjacent land use. That means it varies on the basis of its adjacent buildings. Let's see each one by one. If the adjacent land use is residential or mixed, the width of footpath in front of the road will be 1.8 meter. If the land use is mixed commercial, then the width will be 2.5 meter. For the building usage such as shopping frontages, it should be varies from 3.5 to 4.5 meter. Width of footpath adjacent to bus stops should be 3 meter. And for places such as high intensity commercial areas, the width of footpath should be at least 4 meter. Our next topic is related to vehicles, which is measures on the basis of passenger car unit, also known as PCU. Here the PCU value of a car is considered as 1 based on its speed and its carrying capacity, which is roughly around 4 to 5 passengers. Similarly, for other vehicles, the PCU value increases or decreases based on its equivalency factor in comparison to a car's. In this table, you can refer the PCU values of various vehicles. From PCU value, we can calculate the capacity of a road, as this table used to determine the space requirement for a particular kind of vehicle. In exams, PC value of various vehicles can be asked, especially of truck, bus and cycles. So truck and bus has the PC value of 3 and cycle has the value of 0.5. In URDPFI, there are norms related to parking. Parking space generally measures in ECS or equivalent car space. One ECS is equals to 2.5 by 5 meter of area, which is equal to area required to park a standard size car. Similar to PCU value, ECS values are also varies from vehicle to vehicle, and you should know ECS values of at least bicycle, bus and cars because these are very common and generally asked in various exams. URDPFI also provides parking standard based on the land use, which you can see and refer from the table given in bottom right corner. Now let's see the difference between PCU and ECS. So PCS is a unit used to measure the impact of different types of vehicles on traffic, whereas ECS is a unit used to measure parking spaces for different type of vehicles. PCS values are depend on area of the vehicle and its speed. And thus from PCU we can calculate the traffic flow and the road capacity. Right side of the table shows the permissible ECS for different land uses for its area of 100 square meter floor area. So for residential land use, 2 ECS area is required for per 100 square meter of area. For commercial land use, 3 ECS of parking space is required per 100 square meter floor area. For premises with manufacturing buildings, the ECS value will be 2. For government premises, it is 1. And if it is public and semi-public building, 2 ECS of parking space is required. Similarly, there are other norms based on the type of parking, which you can refer from the table given in bottom right corner. Also, there are parking norms specifically for hilly areas. So in hilly areas, all the norms that are applicable for non-hilly areas are also applicable on hilly areas. Other than this, if there is a residential dwelling unit, 1 ECS of parking space or a garage should be provided. Then if a building is an institutional building, 1 floor exclusively for parking should be compulsory. So friends, these are all the norms and standard related to transportation. In the next part of this series, we will see physical infrastructure, social infrastructure and some terminologies and definitions given in URDPFI guidelines. So friends, that's all in this video. If the video was helpful, please give a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Also, you can write us down if you have any query. मिलेंगे आपसे अगले वीडियो में। अंटिल देन गुड बाय।